Welcome back to Law and Earp with Top Shelf Law. I'm Kay.
And I'm Jay.
Oh my God, man.
How's the hangover?
I feel like I've been hit by an emotional truck.
Yeah,
I was so in my feelings all day yesterday.
I know.
It
I
was
saw.
bad. For all of you Earpers that were on Twitter yesterday and partook in our recapping tweets, that was me. I was in my feelings all day. I could not get out of them. I mean, in the best way, truly. But honestly, like the herb hangover was so real.
I I know. I don't even know how you're still functioning today.
I mean, shout out to Dee because she indulged me, and we definitely went back and forth in our feels last night. It was fantastic. I appreciate it greatly. I feel like I processed some stuff at that time, but yes, thank you, Dee. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm in a different place with my Earper feelings, so I think it's interesting to see how people are responding differently to where we are in the season, where we are in the fight.
Right.
You and Dee are definitely in the feels hardcore.
Oh yeah, I'm not coming out anytime soon.
And I am more of like in this appreciation, like mode. Like, yes, I have the feels, but
Mm-hmm.
it's more of like a just grateful.
Yeah. I mean, I would agree. I not that you're saying I'm not grateful.
Oh no, of
Of
course not.
course you know I am, but just I think I'm more in this headspace of and I do get a little frustrated with myself, but um like oh my god, like every time an episode comes, it's one less that we have. And I know that's not the best headspace to be in, try to live in the moment and appreciate what you do have, but I do think in the back of my mind it's always this fear, like I want our season 5. And so when a beautiful episode like 408 comes on and everything that happens in it, I think I compound my love for the episode with my desire to not see it end.
I agree with that. I don't want it to see it end either.
Right.
Um, so I just think it's so interesting that, you and I are so much alike,
Mm-hmm.
but we're in a different place with our feelings.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean like, I mean, last Saturday, like I listened to Insensitive on repeat and I was more emotional there, which I may or may not have had Jan Arden streaming all week again.
As one should.
Always. And shout out to Jan Arden going into the Canadian Musicians Hall of Fame.
Oh, yes. So well deserved.
Get my lighters out again. But so I want to ask Earpers, like, where are you in your emotional journey?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you more like Kay, where you're just so hardcore feels right now? Or are you more like me, where you're just like, okay, all right. And granted, I know I'm going to tank when we get closer to the end. But where are you? Let us know.
Yeah.
Obviously it's a spectrum and everybody's everywhere. So it'd be interesting to hear new Earpers versus,
Ones that
OG
have been here
Earpers.
since the beginning. Yeah, I agree. Just, yeah, share your thoughts, your feelings with us. We want to know how you guys are doing. And I think in a way it helps me for sure to throw out the emotional tweets. I think it helps me process. So, if it helps you guys process by tweeting about how you feel, then absolutely do that. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah. Yes, please. Please share with all of that. But this time change, man.
Oh my God. So, just for a little reference, it's noon where we are. We had full intentions of starting this podcast around 9:30, and that obviously didn't happen, but we're here. We're here.
We are here. That was a great text message. You alive? No.
No, absolutely not. Okay, I'll see you in 30. But we do want to throw a quick little shout out and say happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers in the UK.
Happy Mother's Day. And also happy Pi Day, nerds. 3141592655359, etc., etc., etc.
It's a
So
great
happy Pi
day.
Day. It's a great day.
But all right, let's jump into what we're here for. 408. So, just to give you guys a little heads up, we're not going to cover every scene in 408, but we're gonna share our biggest takeaways, the how we felt about it, some things that stuck out to us, and just the episode in general. So first things first, let's talk about the porch scene because I feel like that's very important.
I love how you're just like, it's important, which I know you're dying inside because you love that scene so much.
It's so soft and I can't handle it.
Like, I just looking at you right now. Like, you're just
My
holding
eyes
it in.
are they welling?
Yeah, your eyes are welling. I've never seen you want to be either a pumpkin or a plant before in my life.
I'll be a sandbag. I really don't care. Just someone put me on the porch so that I can be there and experience this moment in real life.
Like, it's written all over your face. I wish you guys could see this right now. It's hilarious.
I am the pumpkin.
You are
The pumpkin is me.
You are the pumpkin.
But it was so, all jokes aside, it was a beautiful representation of just like the domestic and soft way hot that we love. Like, it's not a token relationship. They're not thrown on screen, just to serve a purpose. It's just they're telling the story, and it's so beautiful to see the interactions between the two of them.
Yeah, they're not there to check a box.
Exactly.
And the thing that I really love about that scene is Waverly feels safe enough to communicate her needs, and Nicole absolutely validates them and gives them to her. So she just said, I need Earp sister time.
Yeah.
And for someone to feel safe in a relationship, to be able to articulate that,
right,
and then the strength of their love, where Nicole doesn't interpret it as you don't love me, you don't want to spend time with me, and to validate that, I think is so freaking healthy. And I'm a very independent person, and to see that in a relationship was just so, that gave
it's
me
like
the feels.
That's what I want.
That's exactly what I want.
Yeah.
And I love that this show takes all the insanity and gives us this beautiful, healthy relationship, and we watch it mature and grow. And we're talking about soft scenes like Sorry Balloons, you know, and they talked about they had problems with communication,
right?
And clearly this scene shows you their evolution of communication,
right? Getting to a place where you don't feel hindered and you don't feel like you can't share your feelings or your thoughts or your concerns. You feel safe and warm and in a space where you can share how you're feeling, and you know that it's just going to be received with love and empathy.
Absolutely. And that, we talk so much about positive representation, and yes, seeing them in a healthy relationship, and not getting killed off.
Right.
But healthy relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, take a look in your life and look at healthy relationships that have been modeled for you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can see it, you can be it.
Exactly.
And they are doing everybody just justice.
Yeah, absolutely.
By seeing a healthy relationship.
Mm-hmm. And then you look at the flip side of it too. Like, we have this beautiful relationship where they've learned how to communicate and how strong they've become because of their ability to communicate and to get to this point. And then look at Doc and Winona. I think the writers do such a beautiful job of showing us this juxtaposition. We've got this very delicate and beautiful relationship that's blossomed because they've learned how to communicate their needs with one another, versus Doc and Winona, who clearly they love each other. Everybody knows it. They know it, but they don't know how to communicate that to each other, and they're struggling with it.
Absolutely. Going back to 407, when Waverly was saying that you can just see the love radiate off of Winona and Doc, it's the same with Waverly and Nicole. That's the same level of love.
Right.
And that the depth of love, but the difference is communication.
Mm-hmm.
And communication is essential to a healthy relationship.
Totally agree.
And I am hoping on that Doc arc, healthy communication is going to be there at the end.
Can you both say that you love each other for me, and everybody else, for our sanity?
For Alice.
God, right?
For freaking Alice.
But don't make me cry.
Okay.
I was crying all day yesterday. We can't do it again today.
I feel I see the tears starting to well up for you right now.
I'm at a tipping point. Don't push me.
Don't push me.
But, so...
Don't push me. I'm emotionally fragile.
I'm a bird right now. Do not push me out of the nest.
Oh my God, you're starting to cry right now. I wish you guys could see this. She's starting to cry already. Oh God.
Okay.
Anyways,
moving on.
Moving on to something a little bit less emotional.
Good Lord. I really do want to talk about Eamon and where he is in this episode, I major shift for me. And I think the first time we see him, you know, when he's taking Winona off stage and getting her to leave, I didn't expect it because, you know, when you see him the first time at the end of or the first half of 4, he's got this air of mystery about him, and I don't know if I trust him. I don't know if I like him, but he's okay. I mean, he's not posing any major threat, you know. And then, sorry to our tweets, they definitely didn't age well.
Neither did last week's podcast.
You're right. We apologize for the Eamon and Winona temporarily shipping. We take it back.
We take it all back.
But you see this like, okay, maybe this person can be here for Winona while she's struggling with the stuff with Doc. But then this shift that he has, it's very interesting. He's a little manic and frustrated and angry, and I didn't anticipate that.
He was a little Eve-esque. Yeah, I agree with you. I thought it was like, okay, what happened? There's a major shift here.
Yes.
He went from being kind of docile.
Yes.
You know, a docile demon. What
Right.
else? With great bisexual lighting.
Oh, yeah.
To
Shout out to the bisexual lighting
God.
always.
Seriously, it makes everything better.
It does.
I mean, I'm not bisexual, but I just want to be lit like that.
Can that light just follow me around wherever I go?
Just follow me around. It's just gorgeous.
That's all I want.
Like when I enter a room, Shazam.
Bam.
Bam.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's it.
That's all I want.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with you. There's just such a major, major shift with his personality.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird.
Yeah. And then I did notice, I don't know if you guys out there noticed this, but later on in the episode when Dallas comes back and tells him that he only got 1 bottle of whiskey, he starts talking about Winona and Waverly and how Winona lost her gun. And if you watch, there's this moment where Eamon looks visibly angry and he says, she lost it again already. And I thought that was, it could be very insignificant and not mean anything, but I took it as like, that's interesting. Why in the world would a demon be angry that Winona lost the gun that is built to kill demons?
You know, I've never, ever heard you read into anything before in my life.
Yeah, no, I don't do that.
Never.
Right?
No,
very surface level.
Oh God, you are so superficial on everything. My God. No, I think that's a great observation because you're right. Like after you said that to me, I was like, oh my God, yeah, he was upset. He wasn't joyful. He wasn't like, yes, Winona lost her gun. We're good to go. There was anger there. And why is he angry?
Right.
About this gun going MIA that can kill him.
Right.
So
really interesting. I think I'm sure we'll see it play out, but
wink, wink, wink. Is there Eve?
Yeah. Oh, I would also like to just note that at the end scene with him, we don't see him die.
No.
And we know Emily. She's a crafty, crafty fox. I anticipate that was very intentional.
Waverly Earp.
You crafty fox. Sorry, guys.
This is what it's like hanging out with us. We just literally will say stuff and then we'll just laugh for about 5-10 minutes and then we'll be back.
Okay, serious again.
Okay, we're serious again. Okay, we went from you almost about ready to cry to us now laughing again, so we're good.
Okay, well, I think we've leveled out.
For now.
For now.
Okay, so then this whole fog-ish. Like,
yeah, what the hell?
Live tweeting. I feel like I love live tweeting.
Yes, agreed.
But I feel like we miss so much because I was so confused. I thought when Casey, which shout out to Casey.
Cool.
Love him. When he opened the can of like SpaghettiOs or whatever, I thought the fog came from there.
Me too.
And I was so confused. And then he takes the little string and the gas mask and runs. And I was just like, what? But then the fog, like, what? Yeah. Like, terrifying.
Yeah, I was initially I was very concerned about Winona and Waverly, like, forgetting who they were. I didn't know where that was going to go. I got, because the last time Waverly was forgetting herself, it was when she was in the garden. Like, she kept saying things over and over to remind herself, so I think there was that initial scare because we've been there before.
Okay, so let's go back to that garden scene where she's repeating, like...
Nicole's name,
red hair. Stetson.
Mm-hmm.
Doc never seemed to be affected.
You're right. That's true. That could have something to do with the fact, though, that her father was the guardian, and if he sits on the chair, he would turn to stone. So maybe it's this.
But Winona was affected by the fog.
True.
So does that? I don't know. Like,
it's interesting.
like Doc
I mean,
wasn't affected seemingly.
Yeah. Is it maybe because he's immortal? But technically, Waverly is. Well, I don't know.
No, I don't know.
There's a lot of conjecture going on.
That was just popped into my head. I don't know what's happening. But yes, the fog, and then that was terrifying. I mean, if you look at our live tweets, we're like, oh my God.
We're sure this is totally fine and nothing's going wrong at all.
No, nothing ever goes wrong in this show.
Yeah, and Purgatory, what?
Purgatory is the best place to live.
Yeah, but so we do see it kind of lighten up after, and it's just kind of this instance where they forget who they are, and so they go back to the house, and they're like, oh my God, what are we, sisters? We live together? And I have to say, when they're trying to figure out who they are, those unpaid bills, that is the one thing that makes the most sense to me in this show. Does anybody ever get paid at all? How do they have all of the clothes that they have? Where is all of the food coming from? The electricity? It makes no sense.
I would agree with that. Like, past due? Okay, you're right. I mean, they're not. Is she getting paid by BBD again? But there was that hot minute where I think season 3 when they had to go to the flip phones, the old OG flip phones.
Oh, you're right.
But who's paying for the cell service? I mean, really?
Right.
Like, God.
Where's the money coming from?
Where's the money
That's
coming
all I
from?
want to know.
Yeah, right?
I'm just curious.
But you're so true. Like, that is perfect.
I saw her pick up and it was like unpaid, and I was like, makes sense.
This is the most accurate thing I've seen in the show.
Yeah. But then, they're trying to figure out, and then Waverly walks around the corner in Nicole's shirt, and I almost died.
I know, there was an audible scream that you let out.
Oh, yeah. These buttons seem familiar. Are you kidding me?
Really, Waves?
Really?
Why did they seem familiar? You want to talk about it?
But so good. Watching them come in to the bar with Waverly fully dressed up in Nicole's uniform, and then Winona in the shorties outfit. I mean, talk about an iconic Earp Sisters moment that we're never, ever going to forget.
Oh, and it looked like they were having the best time.
Yes.
In this episode.
I think, if you ask me, this episode was just the two of them trying to get each other to break the entire time.
It was hilarious. And then even going back to the other costumes where you have the ladybug and it's Winona bitch.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know I needed Winona to be Britney Spears, but I did. I really did.
Yeah. I feel like I'm at a better place in my life now because of it.
I would agree with that. The only thing that could have made it better was maybe the dance.
I would have taken that. I have no objections.
Yeah, I would have been fine with that. But those outfits were amazing. And then they did the outfits later, which the Angel and Super Winona.
Super Winona?
Yeah. I loved that. But another outfit that I would kind of like the parallels to, and I noticed it at the beginning, is Rotten Jack. Like, totally Michael Jackson.
Definitely giving some MJ vibes for sure. Oh. Also, where can I get that hand jewelry? Does anybody know?
Please.
Shoot us a DM if you know.
If you know, please tell us everything. But I thought that was hilarious, the white socks, and just like the thriller vibe that was going on from the beginning.
The way that he moved too, so well done, so well executed.
Yeah, I loved that. I thought that was so cool.
Definitely, I completely agree.
So let's go into one of my favorite, well, I'm an existentialist.
You are.
I am a total existentialist. So seeing Doc on this existential journey is just, it fills my soul. You living for it? I am living for it. That's probably where I am in my feelings, is just seeing him, his evolution.
Right.
I think a line that we both love is, I'm a screw up, not a hero.
And then Doc says that you can be both.
Yes.
Yeah. I loved that moment. I mean, what a beautiful example of life in general, humanity. I mean, nobody is ever one or the other. You can always be both.
Absolutely. And I think it encapsulates Winona too.
Yes.
I mean, what was the line from 407? What she says, who I am is necessary.
Yeah, I just want to stop apologizing for what I am when what I am is necessary.
Thank you, God. You're like a freaking.
I got it.
You're Wikipedia.
I got you.
But I love Doc on this journey because 407, I expressed that he felt a little too righteous to me. He wasn't Doc. And we talked about that pendulum swing where he is, going from, being so self-centered and,
right.
His own immortality to then being so righteous and trying to.
Yeah, you were definitely frustrated with that.
I was so frustrated. And then this episode, I feel like he's starting to find the balance of who he really is and being able to forgive Winona.
Yeah.
For what she has done.
Yeah.
And then, being able to accept that for himself.
Right. Well, and I think that goes to show, like, even you talking about it right now, when you say, when he tells Casey, you can be both. I think there is a moment for him, like a realization when he's trying to reassure Casey that, oh, I could also be talking about the woman that I love. She's both too. And I have to, if Doc's going to forgive himself for all the things that he's done, I think that one of the biggest pieces for him is he has to forgive Winona for what she has done.
Absolutely. Because honestly, let's go back to that, shooting someone in the back, a mortal in the back.
Right.
Not a good idea.
Not her finest moment.
But also, it was necessary, in her opinion, to protect Waverly.
Right.
Because Waverly just killed his mother.
Right.
Like, what else is Winona going to do but protect her baby sister?
Right.
So, when Doc starts to talk about, and I miss this.
I missed it too.
But when he says, my greatest love of all, he starts to mouth Winona. And then he changes it quickly to the Earp Sisters, both of them.
Yeah.
And I did not catch that on the first round.
Yeah. And I'm sure that's the final piece. He's on this journey, and there's been so much growth and so much forgiveness, that he's had to accept, but he can't say that he loves her. And that's going to be the last piece for him.
One of them's got to step up.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling it's going to be Doc that's going to be able to say it first. And once he does, Winona's just going to be like...
You think so?
Oh, God, yes. Oh, God, yes.
Okay.
But I think he's going to be the one to make that journey because he is the older soul.
Yeah. Ooh. Foreshadowing. Yeah, I love the journey that he's on, them showcasing his struggle in such a beautiful way, but also his desire to change. And I do think we're gonna, like you said, we're gonna see it come to a head here soon. As we know, the tension builds with every episode. Everything gets a little more intense, so I'm interested to see where it goes from there.
Same here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a beautiful evolution.
Yes.
And I'm very optimistic of where it's headed.
Yeah, me too. So then another big thing to talk about was back at Eamon's bar when they're having the auction for the Earp Sisters.
The glory hole.
A glory hole. You only live forever. Just moment. I didn't even notice that is what that meant until last episode. When Waverly is standing in the beautiful bisexual lighting and it has YOL and then the infinity sign. Are you just realizing this as I'm saying it to you right now?
Yes.
Are you okay?
No. No.
Yeah. YOL infinity. You only live forever because they're demons. I don't know why that took me so long.
I'm still processing what you just said.
Yeah.
I think in my defense, I like the bisexual lighting comes on.
You were
and I don't
distracted.
I don't think of anything other than the bisexual lighting.
That's fine. But
because it's glorious.
So they're getting into the outfits, and Waverly just, red hair reminds me of love, and handcuffs, spits out water.
LOL.
Oh my God. But did you notice in this moment, so their memories are starting to come back, and Winona says, baby girl.
I did not notice that.
I know the first time through, I don't think I did, but in the midst of my rewatching, I heard it and I was like, even when they're not 100% themselves, like they gravitate to the love they have for one another. I
It's
think it's beautiful.
instinctual. It's absolutely beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that handcuff line though
So good.
spits out water.
I know, it was amazing. So then they come out on stage, and like you said, we mentioned earlier, Winona's in like the super Winona outfit, but Waverly in the angel outfit, the hair.
I just want to say that was a beautiful outfit. How they did it with the little rhinestones on the wings and like her in
Yes.
all white in the bisexual lighting. Okay, carry on.
Yeah, it was it was great, but I was like, "Oh, that hairstyle seems a little familiar." And she has these wings on in this outfit, and it's all very, 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 very white. And I think that that might be a little foreshadowing and juxtaposing that look with the dark angel that we see in the preview. And
I
I will say, my initial thought was like, no, it's not Waverly. That's 100% Jolene. Like, it's not Waves. There's no way. But the more I see her, and like, especially in that outfit and with the hair pinned up like that, I was like, oh no, I'm a little concerned.
I would like to state for the record the amount of time that I spent analyzing Waverly's right ear
Uh-huh.
yesterday.
Did you come to any conclusions?
No, but it could be her ear, but it
Right.
could not, but it could be. But I spent a lot of time just analyzing.
Yeah. Things you never thought you'd hear
So
yourself say.
we need like an ear
Expert?
expert,
Are those a thing?
ear expert witness,
Okay.
please. So if anybody is an expert in ears,
Give us a shout.
give us a shout.
We need some answers.
Yes, thank
We're a
you.
little antsy about all of it. But no, truly, it makes me concerned for Waverly because, I mean, even in this episode, you see her throw herself in harm's way again. You know, Rotten Jack is there for the angel. Now, mind you, the other demons don't know that that's Waverly, but Waverly knows that it's Waverly. And she keeps putting herself in harm's way. And she keeps doing it for the people that she loves, but it's this, there's no hesitation to do it on her own. And I worry about it.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Like she's, the things that have been coming out of her and kind of going back to when she was talking about when she was wearing Nicole's uniform, like how good it felt to punch Casey.
Yeah.
And there's this building up of emotion that
Right.
Waverly has that I think is going to explode like it did when she killed Mam.
Yeah.
Like she's, she is the ultimate protect the family.
Yes.
Like she keeps putting herself in harm's way. And I think this is where we kind of get into the where you go, I go, because it's like she felt no hesitation to go up those stairs into the garden.
Right.
It was her duty. She was going to stay there too.
Yeah.
She was going to sacrifice herself and her happiness out of duty and love for her family.
And I have a feeling that, so this is just my thoughts. You can echo it or rebut it if you want, but I have a feeling somehow Waverly is going to go back into the garden.
Absolutely.
And I think that she's going to try to do it on her own. And I think that that is where that line from Nicole is going to come in. I think it's going to be this, I've lost you once. I'm not losing you again. If this is a choice you're making, I'm going with you.
Yes, I absolutely agree with that. It's where you go, I go.
Mm-hmm.
And Nicole is all in.
Yeah.
And she's not going to spend another 18 months or eternity without Waverly.
Right. And I will say for the record, I mean, obviously I believe that both of them get out and everything will be okay, but that is what I think. I think there's going to be this make or break moment where it's like Waverly can decide to give herself up for everybody, and Nicole's not going to let her do it again.
Mm-hmm. She's going with her.
Yeah.
They're both going to sacrifice themselves for Purgatory.
Mm-hmm.
In essence. This is for me getting anxious now, wondering about the future episodes.
Yeah.
Of like what's going to happen.
Are you feeling a little bit like how I was feeling?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I'm starting to feel the anxiety of it. I guess I'm trying not to focus on it.
Yeah.
And trying to, live more in the moment and be,
right.
There, more present there. But I look at those previews and I'm like, yep, no, I can't watch that again.
Yeah. If I I try not to go back and watch the trailer because I feel like that it shows a lot of things where I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I don't feel comfortable about this. I need answers. But yeah, I agree that it's going to be interesting to see how the episodes continue to build the story that's continuing to be told. I think next week we're in for a fun ride with trivia. But I think after that, the emotions are really going to start to kick in and things are going to take a big turn. I don't know which way, but I think they're going to take a big turn.
Buckle up.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. I think next week's going to be fun with the trivia and the brains and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's going to be like, whew, we're on the roller coaster.
Yep.
And we're going full throttle.
Yes.
So that's about it. I mean, it was a fun episode.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
I can't think of
talk
anything
about.
else that happened. I just thought it was a fun episode. It was great. It was great to go right off of the Love's All Over.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to next week.
Oh wait, there was a certain scene at the end with a certain hat and a pair of choice pants, wasn't there?
Oh God, yeah. How could I forget
How
about
did we
that?
forget about that?
How did that slip our mind? Oh, it's because I couldn't remember anything after seeing that scene.
I died.
It wiped my memory.
I still am processing it, and I feel so many things, and I can't articulate it well enough.
I'm dying right now. I'm sorry.
But to see, so I think, and this will definitely echo our tweets last night, going back and forth with.
I'm sorry, I'm dying over here.
Leave me alone.
Okay.
Going back and forth with Dee. But one of the things that I really did love in it, like, of course, it's an incredible moment. It's one we've been waiting for since the beginning. But this adorable confidence that Nicole has to just kind of like strut out there and make this moment really like fun and special and nostalgic for Waverly because she made mention of it. Like, the ability for her to come out that way because she has someone like Waverly. She can be self-assured because Waverly is so supportive and so loving, and like you said earlier, there's this wonderful flow of communication between the two of them. And I just thought, like, man, to have that, to have one to have someone like Waverly where you feel you can be that confident, but then to have someone like Nicole where someone makes mention of something in passing that maybe you don't like, because we know Nicole didn't love that outfit.
She did not like the khakis,
but she does it anyway. Why? Because she loves Waverly, and she wants to bring those moments back for her.
And she also did it in front of Winona too. So there's also that level of care there, and being able to be vulnerable,
right?
Because that was so much vulnerability that she was showing in front of her sister-in-law.
Yeah. But that kiss, that might not have been the gayest kiss that I have ever seen and or experienced in my entire life.
Then there's some gay facts, my friend.
I don't have the proper words for you all to articulate how wonderful it was. I'm sure you all feel the same way, but I just can't get over it. I am Waverly staring up like, oh my God.
I feel like you need to go watch Band of Brothers now.
Yeah, 7 cold showers. You're not even wrong.
Oh God, yeah, no, it was a beautiful scene. The lighting,
it was fantastic.
Green Alberta.
Oh yes. Oh, let's go.
Seriously.
Okay.
As soon as they open the borders, my friend.
We're up there.
But that beautiful moment between, Nicole and Winona, and Nicole taking the time to reassure Winona,
right?
And Winona just, it's almost like Winona gave her blessing.
Yes.
In that scene. Not that it was needed to be articulated, but it was beautiful.
Yes, I totally agree. this desire, well, I won't, maybe not even desire, just this, the ability Nicole has to be there for both Waverly and Winona in such a powerful way, but in different ways at the same time. I think it showcases what a wonderful person that she is, and something that we should all strive to be in certain ways, you know?
For science.
For science. You just stepped all over my soft moment.
I'm sorry. That's why you keep me around. The universe seeks balance. No, but I absolutely agree with that. Like, it's Nicole can be the best friend to Winona and be this perfect wife.
Oh,
Melts to Waverly. And I think that that bond that she has with both of them is beautiful, and
yeah.
it's healthy.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think it also, we can talk about, I don't have siblings,
Right.
but you do.
I have a sister, yeah.
So to be able to talk about, I see the sister relationship there,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's actually pretty healthy.
No, I would agree. I think they do a very good job about being honest with each other. And I think that's one of the biggest things. I mean, we keep going back to it, but communication, the ability to share how you feel with your siblings, to be honest and vulnerable and raw about your emotions. And then on the flip side, to have a sibling be receptive to it and to be there for you. And even though there might be some disagreements like there were earlier on in the episode, I mean, you always come back to each other. And I think that they do such an incredible job of showcasing a wonderful sister dynamic, and Earp Sisters for life. It's a beautiful relationship.
It is. It is. It's what I imagine it to be like to have a sister. But also, you see moments like throughout the series where, Winona can't communicate, but Waverly is understanding what's going on.
Yeah.
And they help each other communicate at the times when the other can't.
Yes.
And I think that's just a reoccurring theme.
Yeah.
And just that love and acceptance. I mean, even to throw back this scene, and I don't want to get too far into it, but season 1, when Willow was about to shoot Nicole.
Mm.
And I mean, what Winona did to, yeah, when Waverly's like, I love her.
Yeah.
And then Winona's face and just knew.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
and then to take the step to give up the one thing that makes you feel safe, peacemaker, for your sister.
For your sister.
Yeah.
Because she says she loves this woman.
Yeah.
Which you had no idea about because you're oblivious.
Right. But just to find out in that moment, and then also in the same moment make a huge sacrifice.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. So it was fun to have a Earp Sisters episode.
Totally agree.
And it was so powerful and so needed.
I agree. I think it was a wonderful balance of an episode. They always are. I'm definitely looking forward to next week. Trivia night's going to be amazing. I hope Waverly wins. No offense to Jer Bear.
Research. I love research too.
Yeah. But let's just talk about a little how we're feeling about the future outside of the episodes we're in, and just kind of Winona Earp in general. What are your thoughts? Where are you at with season 5?
I'm still very optimistic.
Yeah.
I think, my gosh, look at the metrics from this past weekend and where we placed.
Yeah.
Just with trending on Twitter. I think there is a huge demand. So I think, honestly, I think we're in negotiations somewhere.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't have any insider information or anything cool like that, but just from kind of what I've gathered, Mel's statement last week, it sounds like the cast had to sign, pretty much statements saying that they're in.
On board.
They're on board for season 5 or season 5 through 20.
Right, 5+.
5+. So I think that's huge, having your cast say, yes, I'm all in. Because if one of them doesn't want to do it, I think that's a different story.
Right. Well, and I think also if you are at a point, where you've gotten statements from your cast members stating and we don't know this for a fact, okay? This is just what we're inferring based off the things that we've seen. But if you are at a place where you've gotten statements from your cast saying, I'm in for 5 and I'm in for 5+, I think it's a really positive sign to be in that place, because clearly good talks are happening. You know, if things were continually going downhill and nothing was shaping up and nothing was forming, that wouldn't be necessary.
Exactly. So I think there's stuff, obviously, there are NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, and stuff going on that we all aren't privy to, but I
Right.
feel like there are negotiations going on.
Yeah.
And, I know we've talked about this, about we really hope the announcement at least comes before 4/12.
I need it to come before 4/12. I'm going to be, and I'm sure most of you will agree, I will be a mess if this season comes to a complete close and we don't have an answer one way or the other. I mean, Earpers are going to fight regardless. You know, it doesn't matter how long it takes. But I think from just a reassurance standpoint and this clarity, it would be so beneficial for all of the Earpers to know before this comes to a close that we have a season 5 to look forward to, that our fight was positive. And on the other side of that, if you ask me, a network or a streaming service making that announcement before the final episode, talk about a boost, talk about a marketing campaign
Oh yeah, Earpers would sign up right away.
that day.
It's like, okay, we're not getting season 5 until a year from now,
Right.
but we're going to sign up for X, Y, and Z right now.
Yeah.
So I'm extremely optimistic.
Yeah, I echo that. I'm optimistic too.
Obviously, we want it all right now because that's the type of people we are.
Yeah.
But keep fighting. I feel like the fight is such a good fight.
Yeah.
And I think it's expanding. I got, I told you this week, but I picked up another Earper.
Yes, you did.
I picked up another Earper, and so she's going to start spreading the Earperness. I actually got a text the other day. It was
really?
like, Nicole Hot, parentheses, hot. And I was like, welcome.
Yeah, join us.
Welcome to the family.
It is a great place to be. No, I agree. Keep fighting. We're fighting with you every day. You guys are incredible. Truly, we love you the most. I don't think we realized how much this community was going to bring to our lives. I mean, at least for me, I truly, I had no idea the amount of love and empathy that I was going to experience from these people that I've never gotten the privilege to meet. But interacting with all of you every day is a blessing, and I consider myself extremely lucky to be a part of it.
Oh, I can definitely tell a shift in you. I think you found this beautiful group of people where you can just express yourself without fear of judgment.
Right.
Not to say that we don't have wonderful people in our lives, but I feel like for you, it's just been such a positive experience.
Yeah.
And then even for our friendship.
Oh yeah.
Like
definitely.
I mean, we've always had deep conversations, but I feel like we've been able to express our emotions and evaluate where we are in our lives.
Yeah.
Because we are dissecting the show.
Yeah.
And why do we love this show so much? What are we seeing?
Right. Why is it pulling these emotional responses from us?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think it's been really good for us as individuals, as friends.
Yeah.
And then, to meet some wonderful people across the world.
Yeah, which is incredible.
And just the new friendships that we've sparked, I am just so grateful for. It's like, where have you been all my life? Oh wait, we just met like February 5th.
Yep. Yeah, I can't wait to Earp with you guys in person. It's going to be incredible. I truly can't wait to meet everyone. I'm so grateful. I really am.
I am too, and we're about to drop some money on those ACON tickets as soon as we can, right?
Yes, we are.
So we'll see you in Toronto in 2022.
Yeah, we will be there. But thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. We hope you guys enjoy it. Take care of yourselves, rest, recharge, do what you need to do, but keep the fight going. And we love you. And until next time, broadcast adjourned.